for worse, it's theirs.
November's been already better than September and October both. We're not even halfway into the month, but over 200 new games released on Android and iOS, and if you have already engaged with the previous videos, here's 20 even bigger games released just now, mostly offline, to pick up and play on your Android and iOS devices right now. Let's just start things easy. I've got something you can literally all of you pick up since it's been compressed and is about 400 megabytes in total now. Not only that, the game is playable offline and is on both stores for free. Guys, House Flipper over here is a home design and management sim. The reason it's an offline game now is because the sequel is being released later on in the month for consoles, and so developers been celebrating that with this. Anyway, it's a great game, universal in scale, and it's smooth as hell. A couple of past weeks, we've actually had some really good racing games, mostly offline, and some of them even open world. So the latest one we got in the bunch, if you're looking for something even newer, released just yesterday, would be Racing X. This is a realistic racing sim going through soft launch. It's also an open world, just the same as Turbocharged and other games, with more customization options, more realistic. This one's free and playable online. Number 3. Reason being, Warhammer 40k Warforged is in the list again, is just one. Warforged, you see, was released last week, and it was to so much negative acclaim for many different issues. Solo, it was actually rated a 3.2. In case you have tried it and weren't really happy with it, let me just say, every single person who rated it have changed their mind to a 5 out of 5, and the game's been getting about 60 more thousand downloads since a few days back. It is fixed absolute best game in the list if you are in any way interested in a card RPG strategy game. Number 4, we've got Warfront Zombie Shooter, a new one to have a few hours of fun if you're into zombie shooters, a little bit of first person, third, and mostly sniping. Game is quite brutal, it's got roguelike elements, the whole thing's about 200 megabytes in total, playable offline, and this is really how it looks. Moving on.
Bring her smuff cat back.
Number 5. Since y'all showed quite a bit of interest in the Go Up game we had in the other list, we just came across another one. It's an obstacle-based, although bicycle riding game going by the name Parkour Master, which is basically a Go Up game mixed with bike trails and a little bit of Roblox inspired. It's an online game, it's about 250 megabytes in total, and the worst things about it is it's got a heck of a lot of ads, so you might want to pass. Oh yeah, Lego Friends is out now globally, experts approved on the Google Play. I've actually been waiting to include this one in a list for quite a while. If you have even a slight bit of interest in Lego games, I don't by the way, and I still find this one addicting, I mean I tried it, you probably should try Heart League Rush over here. It's a running game, or rather arcade platformer, so far downloaded over 10 million times and playable offline with Play Pass, and also controller. No ads, free all the way, one of the best competitors to Subway Surf for sure. Any day. Number 7. Although playable online, already downloaded almost 1 million times since the new month, we've got here this sequel to the famous Fun Run 3 that's actually one of the most addicting racing competitive running games. First things first, if you are a returning fan, you might think it's just the same. Some have called it a boring game, but trust me, they made it so much better. Just give it a few runs, you'll see the difference. It's more realistic, smoother, rather challenging and hard to develop, but quite well made in quality. Over 4.5 years, Great Conqueror is now finally out there, and it's one of the finest Total War style strategy games on the planet. Not on the Play Store. I mean, this game's so good, it's already rated a 5 out of 5 and it's been out for just days. And here's the thing, you will find people complaining about this one or the content of it, but if you ask me, it has been compromised in almost every way to make it the perfect game. Works amazing on Android, significant improvement to its original. The whole thing's about 750 megabytes in total and is playable offline if you want it. Coming from the famous developers of all dice games, the old Random Dice, Dice Kingdoms, Dice Heroes, there's a lot of them. This was previously in its pre-registration state. The game is now finally out in case you missed out. On the news, we've got Dice Quest, King's Tale. This is the same developer's new action, casual RPG that kind of works like Clash. Instead, it even has a story. The game is playable online though, about 600 megabytes in total and out there on both the Google and the App Store. Play it. And at number 10, a quick shout out. This has been a rather decent game as a developer's first work too. Summon Dragon 2 is coming after 4 years of development, a mobile exclusive, and finally on the Apple Store. These folks have brought over 4 games, each downloaded almost 10 million times each of them. And the new one is a strategy RPG, I would say legit one of the most fine-tuned, newly released games on the platform. Just think Raid Shadow Legends, but there's only dragons. Game's playable online and it's about 2 gigabytes in total. Not enough? 10 more games to pick up on the go.
Everything seemed fine until a colossal explosion shattered the calm. By a twist of fate, the miners found themselves fortunate, unscathed amidst the chaos. However, hope teetered on the edge as only one man remained trapped inside.